can't do anything. Look at the power tussle that's happening, and so far Khagaria has not been able to douse that tension. Well, this comes quite a dramatic. For the last few days, D.K. Shivakumar is trying to get all support possible. And one image that we saw right outside his house was a bunch of sadhus who were present at his home to bless him. Those are the images that came in from his home, where Naga sadhus showed up and blessed him, and one of them even said he's very sure D.K. Shivakumar will become the chief minister, and that he specifically prayed for that. D.K. Shivakumar is quite a religious man. He goes temple hopping, he prays quite a bit, so he seems like he's taking a lot of divine intervention to get the top post. Well, meanwhile, D.K. Shivakumar also, as much as he's trying to get support from the party leadership, he's also gone to Parappana Agrahara jail to meet jailed Congress MLAs there, Vinay Kulkarni and Virendra Pappi. He's met them in jail to get their support as well, which is seen as quite a statement that DK is giving to try and bring his flock together. Sources say D.K. Shivakumar is meeting MLAs across Karnataka, is right now confident with his numbers. He has quite a sizable number of MLAs who are supporting him, is what we hear. The stakes are high. The Chief Minister's chair, of course, is the most sought after in Karnataka. But what happens to governance? You have the BJP, the opposition there, firing guns at the Congress, saying they've forgotten all real work in the state, but power is actually the most important for them at this point. Let's hear it. B.Y. Vijendra, the BJP president in Karnataka, who spoke.
It's a big joke. He can't take any decision. That clearly shows his helplessness. Being a AICC president, it clearly shows the amount of power he enjoys sitting in Delhi. So the fact remains, nobody wants to resolve the issue. Everybody wants this infighting to be continued. But Bharatiya Janata Party, the only question we are asking, when the farmers across the state, they are really in a distress. Sugarcane growers are demanding the compensation. Maize growers, they are demanding compensation. And recent heavy floods, farmers are demanding the compensation for the crop loss. But nothing has been addressed by Chief Minister Siddaramaiah. Because of the natak and tamasha that is going on in Karnataka, the people, common man and farmers, they are getting upset with the ruling Congress government.
All right, let's quickly bring in Satya Prakash, a spokesperson of the KPCC, joining us. Ashok K.M. Gowda, spokesperson of the BJP from Karnataka, and also Vijay Grover, senior journalist. Let me start with our senior journalist who's observed the power tussle in Karnataka for a while now. Mr. Vijay Grover, why don't you jump in on this? Is D.K. Shivakumar becoming the chief minister in the next few weeks? A clear-cut question to you.
Well, see, as far as D.K. Shivakumar is concerned, there's no doubt that he's a very hard-working man and has worked for the party in the way the party would have expected him to do. But the fact of the matter remains is that, D.K. Shivakumar today does not have the caste balance with him, and that is something that is a big concern. Now, clearly, this would be something that we would look at as to why and where he stands as far as the race for the chief ministership is concerned. And I don't think so that, even the flexing that he is doing, or his supporters, the way they are trying to show the numbers, I do not think that Rahul Gandhi or the Congress High Command would send that kind of a message to the people that, taking away an OBC leader and then putting a forward caste leader, that would certainly be the wrong signal. Because if you see the politics of Rahul Gandhi in the last 2 years, especially from 2024, it's been very clearly about the backward class, the Dalits and the minorities. And this would be something where you deprive an OBC leader like Siddaramaiah, who's done great work on the guarantee schemes. And that's something that, people do credit him for, the fact that despite the financial stress that Karnataka has, he has ensured that, the schemes have not been affected and, not like many other states.
But Mr. Grover, we hear so long, ever since the Karnataka elections happened in 2023, that DK would take over CM after 2.5 years. This is a word given to him by the Congress High Command. Won't the Congress be going back on it if at all they deny DK the post? And importantly, it was under, of course, Siddaramaiah, no doubt, he's a Ahinda leader, he's a face in Karnataka for the Congress. But D.K. Shivakumar was quite aggressive, equally responsible for bringing the party to power. And that was almost a word, an informal word that was given. So it seems like the Congress is clearly in a fix, because if they had not given the word, I highly doubt this kind of factionism would have been entertained.
Well, see, very clearly, Nabila, this is one thing that we need to understand. That, yes, there was an informal agreement which, came out, did not come as an official thing. But the fact is, I mean, if you look at the political stance that the party has today, this is something where there's no way that a forward caste leader can replace a backward class leader. And especially at this juncture, when the track record, if Siddaramaiah had a bad track record and, had opposition gunning for him for no reason, then it would have been a different thing. But as I told you, the guarantees are what is caught on to the people. And that's where we need to, see that, his strength is that. Now, internally, what the Congress does, and given the fact that the kind of, bashing that the Congress got in Bihar, it would not be prudent for the High Command to send a wrong signal to the backwards and the Dalits. And clearly, this would be something where it goes in Siddaramaiah's advantage, that even though D.K. Shivakumar would love to become the chief minister, he certainly does not have the kind of, right timing for it that he can become on this, because there are many other names being floated. Even
that is
Parameshwara, I would even
now when there's a chance, everybody is trying to stake claim and get their portion of the pie. But if anything, D.K. Shivakumar is surely in the running, but whether it's now or the next term, we've got to wait and watch. I think that part is clear. But Satya Prakash, the question is that Congress is not even admitting that there is a power tussle. I know no party will admit it, but tell us, why don't you give us some internal scoop? Is there going to be a CM change? Why are so many MLAs coming to Delhi? It's keeping us in Delhi busy, but I'm asking you, why are so many MLAs coming to Delhi? And a ministerial position, I've never seen MLAs coming to Delhi, meeting with the High Command in Delhi for a minister's post. Maybe a couple of them, one or two of them may have that, equation with the High Command, some of them in the High Command, but not all MLAs. MLAs do not have that kind of an open, entry into the High Command office like that, saying, I demand a minister's position. So this seems like factionalism. DK camp going collectively to Delhi, Siddaramaiah camp going collectively to Delhi. It's clear about why they are here.
Nabila, you are from South.
Which is why I'm so passionate. Which is why I'm speaking so much.
Listen to me. There is a popular saying, Begani Shadi mein Abdullah Diwana. This is the problem. Shadi kisi ka hai? Abdullah Diwana ban gaya. The opposition Abdullah ban gaya. Media Abdullah ban gaya. All have become Abdullahs in someone else's Shadi. The Shadi is of the Congress. Who will become the bridegroom is a decision to be taken by the MLAs.
So basically, Satya Prakash, you are saying Siddaramaiah will complete 5 years.
See, I never said that. Yeah. Please don't put words into my mouth.
You just said that we are Abdullah Diwana, Begani ke shadi mein. So if we are contemplating needlessly, why don't you confirm to us, is Siddaramaiah going to continue?
I'm only saying the shadi belongs to Congress. When the shadi belongs to Congress,
I'm sorry, sir. You are in power. You are in power, and we are media. We have all the right to ask you questions. Governance is taking a back seat. Farmers are struggling. There are a lot of state issues.
For the last 2.5 years, lot of Abdullahs have become Diwana, but the government is on. Even after 2.5 years, also this government will be on. Don't worry. What we are saying is, Mr. Siddaramaiah and D.K. Shivakumar are undisputed leaders of the Congress party. They are two eyes of the Congress party. Both have worked hard to bring power to the Congress government and trash BJP with 135 plus 3 independents. Have promised support to the Congress. 2 or 3 BJP MLAs also are with us. What I am trying to say is, Mr. D.K. Shivakumar has all the right to become the Chief Minister for the sheer hard work he has put for the last 5.5 years. As and when the chair is vacant, as simple as that. That is exactly what our High Command also is telling. As and when both of you are two eyes of the party, at the right time we will take a decision. Right now the CM's chair is not
Are you
vacant.
also then confirming to us that people like Parameshwara, Satish Jarkioli have no chance here?
No. Congress has a
You just
problem
said
of
it.
plenty. I'll tell you, let me explain. You asked a question, let me explain. There are at least half a dozen leaders who are eligible to become CM. But the point is, for 2023 elections, we went under the leadership of Mr. Siddaramaiah and D.K. Shivakumar. So, as and when there is a vacancy, Mr. D.K. Shivakumar will become the natural choice for the post of CM is all I am saying. But we have many more leaders who have all the capacity to become the chief minister, like Mr. Parameshwara, Mr. Satish Jarkioli, and many more. There are MLAs who are 5-time MLAs, 7-time MLAs who are sitting outside the cabinet.
Why are your leaders in Delhi?
Leaders are in Delhi because there is a cabinet expansion. Everyone wants to meet the High Command to tell that politics is art of possibilities. Every MLA can aspire to become a minister. You see Bihar, a guy who is not even an MLA has become minister in Nitish Kumar's government. So there are many MLAs who wants to become 3-time MLA, 4 times MLA, 2 times MLA. They are going to Delhi, and there is no gag order as such that Congress MLA should not visit Delhi. They will visit to put their, to the High Command that, we have done enough work for the party. Please give us a chance. Karnataka is
Why is Karnataka's Home Minister Parameshwara, who is a Home Minister of the state, a responsible man, throwing his hat in the ring? Why is he talking to the media saying, I'm also an aspirant for CM's place? Why is he saying that?
I have told that more than half a dozen people are there who aspire.
But why are they talking about it if this has nothing to do with the Chief Minister's chair? If meetings in Delhi is all to do with a cabinet berth, why are leaders like Parameshwara asking for a CM post?
See, politics is art of possibilities. Every leader will have his aspiration. Every MLA will have an aspiration to one day become the CM. So there is nothing wrong in aspiring to become the CM.
There is nothing wrong, but speaking out of turn, if there is really no discussion, then why is Parameshwara saying, I also want to be CM?
See, has any of us, Mr. Kargeji, our AICC president or AICC in charge, General Secretary, Mr. Randeep Singh Surjewala said so? No. What I am saying is, as and when there is a vacancy.
Okay, we got your point. Ashok K. M. Gowda, spokesperson of the BJP. Why is there so much objection to all the power tussle that's happening in the Congress? What in the state is not getting the right attention and it's due from the current government?
See, first thing is our Satya Prakash ji was saying, Shadi mein Abdullah Diwana. I want to understand who is the groom and who is the bride. So let Satya Prakash ji answer who is the bride and who is the groom. Point number 1. Point number 2. As you rightly said, Jamina, what is happening in Karnataka is at the cost of power tussle between the Chief Minister and DCM, there is a financial discussions which are pending, and absolutely the fine amount is not getting released to the department. The released amounts in average to all the departments and all the ministries stands less than 22%.
So we seem to have an issue with your connection, Ashok. Quickly, Vijay Grover, on a final note, as I'm short on time here, what's your sense? What's your hunch here? Cabinet expansion, how soon is that going to happen?
Well, see, as far as the cabinet extension is concerned, I don't see it happening before Sankranti, and that's something where, because you have the assembly session coming now, and after that there is the inauspicious period. So certainly that would not be happening before January. Now, but clearly, as I said earlier also, Nabila, the fact is D.K. Shivakumar becoming the Chief Minister is a very remote chance, given the fact that the numbers are not in his favor. And that is something that's a big concern. I won't be surprised if Mr. Mallikarjun Kharge is para-dropped over here and asked to take charge of the state. That could be something that could be remarkable for the fact that the messaging that Rahul Gandhi is trying to send, that would, serve the purpose, because that's clearly, given the health issues that Mr. Kharge has after his recent surgery, I see him coming here and taking charge, is what we gather from some of the MLAs also.
All right. Thanks very much, Vijay Grover and Satya Prakash. I really appreciate you all joining us. Ashok's connection is lost, so we couldn't take him on this. But be sure that we at News9 are going to be tracking very closely and following up on the CM tussle in Karnataka. All right, let's quickly now cut across to all our top stories on day tonight. Let's begin with Dharmendra passing. Extremely tragic story that came in. This is... it seemed like for the last few weeks he was extremely ill. There were rumors initially about his health and him giving up, but then that turned out to be false. But today, sadly, the legendary actor Dharmendra, the He-Man as he's called of Bollywood, has passed away. He was a star who embodied charm and strength and simplicity for over 6 decades. He had prolonged illness and sadly passed away this morning. He was 89 years of age, just days away from turning 90. On December 8th is his birthday. A Padma Bhushan awardee, former MP from Bikaner, Dharmendra wore all hats, a politician, an artist, an actor. You know, we could say that he really, in his one life that he's lived, he's touched billions of lives all over through his films and politics. Though his political stunt was very short-lived, but nonetheless, he won as MP from Bikaner in 2004 Lok Sabha elections from the BJP. Dharmendra's journey from a small Punjab town to more than 300 films that he's done and countless blockbusters in cinematic history has left quite an indelible ink within the fraternity. The Deol family is currently in mourning. He's survived by 6 of his children. Tributes have poured in across the industry. Amitabh Bachchan, Salman Khan, Amir Khan, Rajnikant, Allu Arjun, Mahesh Babu, just about the entire fraternity coming together, mourning his loss. Political leaders, including Prime Minister Narendra Modi, Rahul Gandhi, Rajnath Singh, Omar Abdullah, honouring the legend, speaking highly of Dharmendra as a man who's contributed so much to cinema and more. A towering figure, Dharmendra, effortlessly moved between action, comedy and drama. Those who watched his movie saw how he, first of all, was an absolute looker, quite the charmer, and would essay any role with such ease. Dharmendra leaves behind such extraordinary films that he was part of. He was one, in fact, the highest paid actor. In Sholay, he earned 1.5 lakhs. At that point, it was known to be the highest paid fees for an actor. And before that, he had his struggles. He worked as a railway clerk for 125 rupees a month. And from that humble beginning, he moved on to becoming the biggest superstar of Indian cinema. For generations, he was known as Veeru of Sholay, the romantic hero of the 60s, the 70s, the ever-loved star of Phool Aur Patthar, Chupke Chupke, Khamoshi, Satyakam. These are some of the stories and films that really pushed him to the forefront as a superstar in cinema. Fans gathered outside his home. We saw people there mourning, remembering the man who made them laugh, cry, made them dream. India remembers Dharmendra, the superstar, the icon, the legend, the man who gave Hindi cinema its heart. All right, let's take you through Delhi pollution. As we're seeing severe pollution levels in Delhi, people decided to come outside and protest. In Delhi, the protest at the India Gate by citizens against rising pollution levels took quite an ugly turn. It turned chaotic, leading to 22 people who were protesting, leading to their arrest. 22 people who protested against Delhi pollution at the India Gate on Sunday have been arrested. They've been detained. They were produced in the Patiala House Court today. 17 of the accused, including 11 women, have been sent to 3-day judicial custody. 5 have been sent to 2 days and 1 sent to a safe house pending age verification. Now, lawyers of the detained protesters, Vartika Mani, has welcomed this judicial custody, saying at least they'll be safe in judicial custody. But a lot is being asked about why have they been sent to jail? What are the reasons? We have the advocate who's fighting the case for these protesters who's spoken. Let's hear it.
हमने खुद देखा है, पूरी बॉडी जख्मी है, लड़कियों के कपड़े भी फटे थे और लड़कियां जो प्रोटेस्ट कर रही थी, आम कॉलेज स्टूडेंट जो उसमें थी, उनकी बहुत बुरी हालत थी, कई रो पड़ी। तो इस तरह का जो टॉर्चर है, और देखिए जब ये हो रहा होगा उस समय जब वकीलों को भी नहीं जाने दिया गया, तो ये सरासर ये ठीक नहीं है ना, कि आप ग्राउंड्स ऑफ अरेस्ट भी नहीं बता रहे हैं, आप ये भी नहीं बता रहे हैं कि डिटेन हुए हैं कि अरेस्ट हुए हैं।
All right. So here you have the advocate, the lawyer who's fighting for these protesters, asking what are the grounds of arrest. The demonstration, we understand, the protest at the India Gate had protesters raising slogans of a Maoist, Madhvi Hidma, Amar Rahe. These were the slogans that were raised by protesters, some of them that linked this protest to a Maoist resistance. Police say that those raising Maoist slogans will be identified through the footage, and tough sections will be imposed on them. These are some of the images that we're showing you of the protest site. Officers said protesters refused to clear even though they were asked to leave. They did not leave. Some even tried to use chili spray on police officers who tried to clear the area, which was unprecedented, is what the police say. 4 police personnel have suffered eye and facial injuries. They were taken to the RML hospital there. Protesters accuse the police, though, on the other hand, of roughing them up. They say that they were literally, forced out of there in such a manner where many of them were manhandled by the police. This is what the protesters say. Remember, Delhi's air quality is at toxic levels. AQI at 396, that's been reported in the last 24 hours. Hotspots like Ghazipur, Bhawana, Anand Vihar all crossing 430 to the severe category. We're looking at such grave pollution levels in Delhi, and citizens coming out to protest. Unfortunately, some parts of these protests are being hijacked. Now, let me tell you, pollution though is still an issue that's been talked about in every single home. It's becoming such a problem. Celebrities who are coming for their movie promotions are looking at the way Delhi is looking right now in shock and asking for immediate intervention. One of them, Kriti Sanon, who was in Delhi, and she says, I'm from Delhi, I know what Delhi was and what it is today. The AQI crossing 400 is shocking. She asks for urgent action. Here's what she had said as part of her film promotion.
I mean, I don't think कुछ बोल के कुछ हो सकता है, but it's getting worse and worse. I'm from Delhi, so I know what it used to be earlier, and it's just getting worse. And something needs to be done to stop it. Otherwise, we won't be able to see each other standing next to each other. It would reach that point.
Shifting our focus, an Indian woman from Arunachal Pradesh has alleged that she was detained and harassed by Chinese immigration officials during a transit stop at Shanghai Pudong Airport. Now, Pima Wangjom Tongdok, a UK resident who is travelling from London to Japan on November 21st, claims that immigration officers refused to recognize her Indian passport, citing Arunachal Pradesh as her birthplace, and told her that Arunachal Pradesh is part of China. And they made her wait at the airport for 18 long hours, 16 to 18 long hours. She missed her flight and she was asked to take another ticket, and only then it seems like they cleared her. But what a traumatic experience for an Indian to know that her Indian passport is not valid. Listen in.
Basically, I am an Indian citizen residing in UK for about 14 years. And I was traveling on my holiday from London Gatwick to Japan via a transit in Shanghai. And basically, I went past the e-gates, happily queuing up for the security gates to transfer onto my next flight onto Osaka in Japan. And one of the officials from the Chinese immigration came over and singled me out of the queue, basically said, look, India, took my name and something and took me out. So I asked her what is happening, and she basically didn't say much and just basically asked me to follow her. Took me close to the e-gates where there is the immigration, the manual counters for the immigration. And then she went on to say, Arunachal, not India, China, your visa not acceptable, your basically passport is invalid. Very confusing moment, obviously, because never heard of that before. We obviously are a proud Indian citizens.
Well, it's traumatic as it is, and she's expressed it, calling this episode a direct insult to India's sovereignty. She says, and appeals to Prime Minister Narendra Modi and Indian authorities to raise this matter with Beijing and seek accountability and ensure compensation and guarantee that Indians from Arunachal Pradesh will not face anything on these lines, any kind of discrimination abroad. As per sources, India demarches China following this case. India tells China at a time when both sides are working on restoring normalcy, such actions by the Chinese side introduce unnecessary obstructions to the process. In fact, this lady here was mocked by the immigration there and China Eastern staff we hear. She was denied food, airport facilities and prevented from boarding her flight. She was forced to buy a new ticket to recover her passport, incurring losses for her and of course, most valuable time. Stuck in transit area, she contacted the Indian consulate in Shanghai via a friend in the UK, and consular intervention finally led her to leave the airport late at night to continue her journey. This certainly must be compensated. All right, a quick look at a major showdown that's now erupted outside Uber drivers' attachment center in Bommanahalli, Bengaluru. Hundreds, in fact, what we know, hundreds of Bengaluru cab drivers are protesting against the cab aggregator Uber, accusing the company of destroying their livelihoods. Drivers allege Uber is prioritizing fleet-operated cars over independent vehicles, leaving those who invested lakhs of rupees to buy a cab without work. They also claim that the company is now recruiting drivers from outside Karnataka, even from Bangladesh, without proper verification, documentation, pushing local Kannadigas off duty. Let's hear it.
ಇದೊಂದು ಊಬರ್ ಕಂಪನಿ ಅನ್ನೋದು ದೊಡ್ಡ ಕಳ್ಳ ಕಂಪನಿ. ಇದು ಕರ್ನಾಟಕದಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂದು ನಮ್ಮ ನೆಲದ ಕಾನೂನನ್ನ ಗೌರವಿಸದೇ ಇದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಇಂಥ ಕಂಪನಿ ನಮಗೆ ಬೇಡ ಅಂತ ನಾವು ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದೀವಿ. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಸಾವಿರಾರು ಜನ 10ರಿಂದ 25,000 ಜನ ಹೆಚ್ಚು ಕಡಿಮೆ ಫ್ಲೀಟ್ ಕಂಪನಿಗಳನ್ನ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ತಗೊಂಡ್ಬಂದು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕನ್ನಡದ ನೆಲದಲ್ಲಿ ಹುಟ್ಟಿರುವಂತಹ ಕನ್ನಡದ ಡ್ರೈವರ್ಸ್ಗಳಿಗೆ ಇವತ್ತಿನ ದಿನ ಕೆಲಸ ಇಲ್ದಿದ್ದಂಗಾಗಿದೆ. ಮತ್ತೆ ಈ ಕನ್ನಡದ ಡ್ರೈವರ್ಸ್ಗಳನ್ನ ನಾಯಿಗಿಂತ ಕೀಳಾಗಿ ನೋಡ್ತಿದ್ದಾರೆ.
Well, where Uber is allegedly violating, also another allegation is Uber is violating one city, one fare rule, charging customers different fares during peak hours, normal hours and during rain, all different fares being charged without sharing the gains with the drivers. With no bookings now, no income and raising loan pressure, drivers say that they're being pushed to the brink. Protests have escalated. Uber shut its office doors in Bengaluru, triggering anger among these drivers. Senior police later met with Uber representatives who said senior management was on the way, but drivers refused to leave without direct talks. The standoff has grown now. More police were deployed to contain the crowd, and lathi charge was resorted to. Their message of the drivers are quite clear. You either they won't back down until Uber stops sidelining Karnataka drivers and ensure they follow state rules. That's most important. Thanks very much for joining us. Do have a great night.
खेलता है, झूलता उछलता है, दौड़ता कभी कभी दौड़ कराता है, आगे आगे बढ़ता है इंडिया, अमूल दूध पीता है इंडिया।
यही मौका है बिजनेस को बढ़ाने का, पर पैसा।
अपनी सुपर पावर यूज करने का टाइम आ गया है।
आप टेंशन मत लीजिए, IIFL फाइनेंस से झटपट गोल्ड लोन लीजिए और बिजनेस आगे बढ़ाइए।
आपके जैसे सुपर हीरोज ऐसी छोटी मोटी प्रॉब्लम से थोड़ी ना रुकते हैं, इसीलिए लाइफ जब भी आगे बढ़ने का मौका दे तो अपनी सुपर पावर, अपना गोल्ड यूज करिए और IIFL फाइनेंस से गोल्ड लोन लीजिए। IIFL फाइनेंस करता है सीधी बात।
ओह नो, बहुत बोर लग रहा है।
Take a date, not bites.
No added sugar, preservative के बिना डेट्स, बादाम, पिस्ता, काजू और शहद से तैयार किया गया Lion Dates Nut Bites.
Lion Date Nut Bites.
What is to the nines? In literal terms, it's perfection. But to us, it's not just a phrase, it's an attitude. One that starts at your desk and sends a statement to the world. To the Nines is about taking charge. It's a way of life where every scene, every fold, is crafted with excellence. It's timeless elegance and uncompromising quality made for the corner office. It's the ideas that inspire redefining order and elevating the tabletop. To the Nines, for the leaders of today and the visionaries of tomorrow.
Breaking news. Major disruption is expected this week.
Yes, disruption confirmed. That's me. Relax, no scams, just my brand new show, News Caustic with Cyrus.
Light, camera, and action. Kick back, relax, grab your favorite snack because News9 is here with your weekend dose of entertainment. It's time to take a deeper dive into the buzzworthy happenings of the entertainment world. From celebrity gossips to exclusive conversations, from nostalgic moments to News9's pick of the week. Don't worry, we've got you covered here.